Okay, so another classic video for my future self. I actually haven't done one since 5 months ago. And I just looked at this, 250K a month, 2026 prediction video. And I've realized like since then my goals have got lower because I haven't necessarily hit the standards that I want. And like looking back at this, which is why I need to make sure that I keep doing this, like this was 3 months ago, right? Oh, this is 3 months ago. I must have longer in that plan. So I got a whole another month left in this community if I post this 3 months ago. Um, but that aside, like what I've been looking at is like my goals have just got low. And I think it's just because of getting comfortable and not working on my mindset enough. So I haven't been journaling enough. I was looking at taxes for ages, like keeping my taxes low. And I do think stuff like that's important. The amount of profit you earn is important. The amount of tax you pay is super important at the end of the day. Like how much actual income you earn and like how much wealth you have is like the name of the game, right? You can earn loads of money and revenue and not actually keep much of it and it means nothing. But at the same time, like just getting distracted with like bullshit doesn't put me in the position I want to be in. Like I want to do this for myself. I want to do this because I want to do this. And like I don't know where this 250K goal came from for the month. I think part of it is just because of loads of stuff that I see online. It makes me want to do it because I've seen someone else do it. Doesn't actually necessarily mean that much. But at the same time, it does mean a lot. Because, like, why not just stop at 50? Why not just stop at 10 or 25? Like, really, like, one, you can't really build, like, generational income if you stop there. Like, you're not going to be able to do every single thing that you want for your kids and your future kids. You're not going to really change your parents' lives. But also, like, for myself, it's not what I want to do. Like, yeah, I don't want to give everything up to get to like 500K a mil a month maybe, right? And I look out there and I think some people would be willing to give everything up in their life, right, for that. But I'm willing to definitely sacrifice a lot to get there because it's super important to me. And it's easy for me to fall in the trap of getting comfortable. I'm back with my ex-girlfriend and I'm super happy with the relationship. And I'm just chilling. She's not as motivated, not as like wanting to move forward life. She's very content with where she's at. And like it makes me relaxed in a way because the way that I'm taking it, it's still completely my responsibility. But I need to realize like that this is where a lot of my passion comes from, and this is where a lot of my love for life comes from. It's super important to keep tackling it. And just looking back at this video with my younger cousin at the beginning of the year, talking about how 250K a month was my goal, and I had it so much in January. 250K a month was my goal. I did my biggest month in January because my goal was the biggest. And then now it's got to halfway through the year, my goals have slowed down. I've stopped looking at 250K a month. I haven't even thought about doing that. Right now I'm looking at 100. But like, I feel like it's so important to have these reality checks, and it's so normal in business. Like, it's so easy to get comfortable. But the comfort is the exact thing that stops you from getting where you want to go. I literally invested 15K here in order to get there. But anyway, I'm going to run over like where I'm at now. So I fired two of my team members. I got rid of Ricky, which was the closer, because we weren't booking enough deals for him to close. And then I also got rid of Jish, which was the dialer, as we stopped lead form at this point because we were getting loads of leads, we were booking loads of calls, but we where's as important. So then basically I got rid of that. But yeah, like going back, so I was just literally speaking to my girlfriend. Like it's important for me to remember what I wanted to achieve. And I think like I feel like not less of a man, but less of a person when I'm not going and doing that, because like that's where I have like a lot of luck. I have like a lot of like feeling of enjoyment when I'm going. I'm fucking killing it and I'm developing. Like if I'm not pushing for a bigger goal, then I'm not really developing anywhere near as much as I could, because like all the progress I see in my mindset, all the progress I see in my life, which allows me to do stuff like help my mum if she's going through something, because I've made so much progress, because I've been through so many things to build the business I have now. I've had to develop so much, and that development has turned me into the man that I am today. And what I'm not willing to do is settle for the man that I am today. And that's super important. But anyway, I got rid of my dialer, and we switched offers. So we were doing just fitness coaches, and I've decided like I feel like the way stuff's going is the middle class is basically going. That's like nearly dying. So like these middle end products aren't really working anymore. You've either got to sell to like the richer people or sell to like the poor people. It's kind of like the two ways things are going. I mean, like the 2-3K tickets are still working, but like it's just harder now. Like people typically, you've got to build the business around that. And I prefer to work with less people that are willing to pay more and want to get more out of it than like more people that are willing to pay less, right? So that's why I made the switch. Right now, like we're struggling a little bit with the switch, but it's just an adjustment period. We're getting really good on content. One thing is I definitely need to dial the team in. Like if you go to my YouTube now, I'll literally get it up. There's meant to be content out on my main YouTube. So if I search up Ned Sandsy Plays, there's meant to be content out on this main YouTube every single day, right? It's been a month since we've got any content out there. But stuff like on TikTok, we've been getting way more out there. Right, so if I search up, this is one of the guys I was working with at one point. Sainsbury Place. So if we go to TikTok, we've been posting way more. Like some of the stuff's not doing super well on TikTok because it's not built for TikTok. Some of the stuff's doing better. What we typically find is our trial reels, the stuff that we're posting as trial reels on Instagram, like just the really basic trial reels that we don't put as much effort into, typically does a lot better on TikTok, and the stuff that we put effort into does less well. Because TikTok's made for the more like simple, just like straight up normal talking videos that there's less effort on. So yeah, but like this is bad, for example. So these are the things that we need to lock in, which is why I've tightened the team. I have a video editor. I have like DM setter that also does other roles, like an absolute G, Will. And then I have Odysseus, who's like works kind of like with the clients with me. So we've got 3 team members now, so we're much leaner. And I'm back closing. I actually just invested 6K into a closing coach to improve my closing. And yeah, we're basically just going to focus a lot more on bringing in high ticket people. I need to get over like the limiting beliefs of like not closing people on the lower one, because if I continue to allow myself to do that, then you like never get away from it. So I've just got to like really force us to get away from those like, well, not low, but like the 3K ticket prices into a minimum of 6. I've just got to really push that until that happens. What I realized is like, if there's longer periods where we're not closing clients, it doesn't matter as much because each client is worth so much more. So like I can go a bit longer without closing a client and still make more money. But I've just got to get used to that, and I've got to really make sure that I'm like allowing myself to fully take action on that. The goal at the moment is to get, I even just wrote my goals down. This is crazy. So I wrote my goals down and I put 100K a month at 70% profit margins because I've been looking more at profit. But like, why am I doing that when I put to get to 250 before on here? It's just like if you're not looking at your goals enough, it's just so easy to like just like not stay up with them and kind of like forget about them. But that's exactly what caused you to not achieve your goals. So I come in like this mixed thing about it. I know I could do 250, but why do I want to do 250? But even just looking at this makes me want to do it, because like, why promise something to myself and not do it? So yeah, that's where I'm at for now, but we're gonna fucking kill it either way. I'm looking at like my seasons of no's right now. Everything's getting super dialed in. I think it's just like making sure you're hungry, making sure that you're not just like making sure when I say you, making sure I'm not just doing it for the money, and I'm actually focusing on like what's important to me, which is like growth. And then the money shows signs of growth. So like 100K, I'm obviously not going to have grown as much as 250K. To do 250K, I'm going to have to develop much more as a person and as a man to achieve that level. And I think that's the important thing. And like me aiming for lower is almost like me looking at the fact that I can't achieve that. It's like limiting beliefs, right? Where I think if I just aim for higher, then it makes a lot of sense. I think 100K is definitely one of the goals. Consistent 50 as well. But then really the goal is still 250. And I put that to do in 2026. Maybe that was a bit too of a harsh goal. I think it's definitely possible if you really lock in with stuff. It's 100% possible. But definitely need to be a lot more aggressive if I want to get there. And whether I want to get there in 2026, like I don't know if it's burning enough for me. But like, how am I ever gonna get to like 100 mil net worth? Whether that goal means to me, like I go through these like cycles of how important this stuff actually is. I think the reason why it's so important is for your like soul, like having like. I think I know for a fact if I didn't do 250 in a month and didn't strive for that, I'd be disappointed. The fact that I've set that goal for myself. I think partially is like the goals you set for yourself. You just fucking go and achieving them. It's a great feeling having that big goal for yourself and actually going and fucking doing it. So I'm still going to do the 250, but sometimes I just get lost in this thing of like what, where's that come from? What's the actual point of this? But yeah, that's the update for today. I want to do this more often because I sometimes forget. It's been like literally 3 months, and yeah, go from there.